cannot be bound in the peri-utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this? Got it. Thanks.
Oh, whatever. I was not being demanding, you doofus.
This trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts.
What is with her
recorded by the
outfit?
bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah.
She's wearing a weird shirt. Look at her
You
shirt.
mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the
It's got like a weird
the oldest house,
outer
is
fold
a
thing.
shifting place. Yeah, you've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute
is.
of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door. Okay.
Who's you? Who's in her head? Someone's in her head. Or something
Where did the
is.
hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal, then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily.
Hey, welcome, friend of Ray, to my live stream on the radio. Your podcast of the game Control.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Hello, Jeffrey.
Just let me know.
Alright, see ya. Oh, cool. Thanks for the sub, then. Number 81. That's nice of him. Get subs in unlikely places. Alright, let us go onwards. Where are we gonna go? Cotton Eye Joe. So we have to go up northwards, that direction. We better be able to interact with that jukebox at some point. That jukebox is too curious to me. It's trapped in a room by itself. That is some classic SCP type of bullcrap. Hey, health recovery personal mod. Huh. Okay. Alright, whatever is in my head, like, directs me towards things. You can see that weird iris effect. Oh, I talked about that a bit, too. Sony's stupid. They're just gonna make subpar movies and probably shutter Tom Holland as Spider-Man after one movie that fails, because that's what they do every time with those movies, when they're the ones that do it. I think Sony's stupid. They're not gonna make more money without Marvel in the picture. Like, they're playing a game of spite. It's got to be high-level executives that just have a huge ego and care more about their ego than making money, even. Hey! The Nixon administration. Weird. Shifting bathrooms complaint. Listen, I know you can't control building shifts, but the executive level restroom has been missing for weeks now. I worked my ass off in the Islamabad station for 3 years. I've earned the right to a nice workplace shitter. If you can't bring it back, at least find out where it went. D. Rodriguez. I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan, so I don't really care who plays him, honestly. It's all kind of the same to me. Can't find your office? Rangers from security department. Watch your step. So you can leave your office and come back to it and it's missing. That's pretty funny. Look at that. It's so weird that our picture is just everywhere now. That's so strange. Hey, it's the Nixon administration again. Can I push this? No? Why not? Alright. Technical limitations of the oldest house. The oldest house imposes certain limitations on our bureau, but by far the most restrictive is the inability to use certain technological instruments. The oldest house does not allow devices that receive or emit any blank signal. Radio waves are the only transmittable signals in the oldest house, and even those are often unreliable. If the power of a collective conscience is taken into account, could be that certain pieces of technology are too new in the cultural blank for the oldest house to blank them. Similarly, these items have not been known to become receptacles for altered status. Technology may be moving too fast a pace for the blank to occur. Modern technology tends to disappear and break here, sometimes quite violently. Blank agents have been injured by cell phones exploding their pockets while entering the oldest house. So, newer tech is not allowed to be here because of this. The oldest house does not like new tech for some reason. No, I've never heard of a game called Maneater. That sounds goofy. Let me guess, the premise is you swim around in an open world as a shark and terrorize humans. So basically it's a Jaws simulator. Yeah. That's funny. That's a goofy idea. So the house adapts to the real world, but like technologically it doesn't at the same rate. So only a certain technological level can exist here, which is weird. Interesting. I'm hearing the hiss again. Alright, where do I have to go? I'm going the wrong way. Let's go this way. We gotta go north. Can I talk to you? No. Or you? No. Okay. I'm sure it's nothing too spectacular.
it is again. A welcome message.
Welcome back. Does it? Graphics look cool in this game, man. This game is stupid good looking. Oh, I'm guessing we need to go towards that. But I'm gonna explore a little bit. This is ray traced. This game is. Oh. Like what kind of bosses? Like other bigger sharks or something? Jeff Goldblum, is he a boss? I'll play if Jeff Goldblum is a boss. Or they're probably saving that for the dinosaur follow-up game. Weird. So it's not just like this weird Jaws terrorizing game. I kind of tend to be careful of open world games because sometimes open world games are super freaking shallow. And I like tight narrative focused games. Like I get bored of games really fast if it's just a shallow sandbox to mess around in. I much prefer a tighter okay, let's not go there. Let's go in the side red first. Oh, another shelter. Oh. What is going on in here? Havana summary. Notory event occurred at the United States Embassy in Havana, and during the majority of public staff stationed there, blank deaths have been reported, and the outgoing information has been managed. Your agents arrived at the embassy the same day as the event was reported through federal channels, but were too late to witness the which is reported to have been blank. Staff experienced sudden intense vibrations of noise, accompanied by intense pressure in the ears. This lasted for blank minutes. No visual phenomenon was witnessed. The scene of cordon off of the embassy staff were transported to the continental U.S. After Formula I-9 was recited in the vicinity, a single cowboy boot began to vibrate, identifying it as an altered item. The item was contained and brought to the Bureau for examination. Weird. So, I mean, games that are shallow, like, it might be open world, but it boils down to doing like 3 things that you grind. Oh, that hurts. Is this it? So she's holding her head like she's getting hurt by audio sound. I can't go in here right now. Something weird's going on in here. Weird. So, Assassin's Creed is cool though because there's a lot of historical stuff, and it's super detailed world, and there's a lot to like collect and look at that has like flavor to the story and stuff. But yeah, like overall, like even those games I haven't really gotten involved in too much as it's gotten more stuff later on. Like, I get bored of games that don't have too much to offer story-wise. Ow.
Yes, it's overpowering here.
Okay, so I can't go in there either.
With you on that.
Can't go in there, I guess. Okay. Like a game like what's that game that just came out? The pirate game, where you're a pirate. The whatever, I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but I know for a fact I'd get really bored of that game after like a few hours. Like. Plus, I think its animation style is kind of silly. Greetings, Director Trench. I'd like to thank you for approving my request for the Dead Letters Archive. Cataloging the various collection of delinquent mail will provide an extremely database that research teams can use to research for any connection or topics for any letters. For more functional purposes, the archive allows us to preserve these windows into authentic human encounters with the parent and natural world. The letters came to us from various places and times, gathered by the Postal Service as undeliverable. The Bureau is perfect home for them. I realize not all letters contain accounts of genuine paranormal events, but even the erroneous ones allow us insight into how the unknown is perceived by real people. Of course, I will first compile a system to allow us to analyze the letters for any information or suspected connections to AWEs and other altered materials. So thank you again. Can't wait to delve into my dead letters. P. Barwell. Yeah, Sea of Thieves, I think is what it's called. I've heard about it. Oh, that desk fell apart in like 5 seconds. And I just know for a fact I'd get super bored of that game in like 5 seconds. Oh, I can't. Okay. Like, the game looks pretty cool in some ways, but I just heard there's not much to actually do in it. And it's like, okay, then there's not really a story to it. So unless you have like a full crew of friends to dink around with, a tight narrative experience is a game like this. You know, this game is not open world. It's got a lot of story to it. We're trying to unravel a mystery. It has a lot of like documents to read through and stuff like that. And some people don't like that. They don't like to read through documents and learn things about a world, but I do. I'm not, like, if this game is just an open world shooter where you just ran around shooting mobs, like, I'm not really into that. I like there to be a story reason for what I'm doing. Like, why did picking up this gun change all the pictures to me being the director in the portrait? Like, that's not explained. So I want to learn about that now. You know, that sort of thing. Like, right now, the way this game is playing, combat-wise, it's actually pretty boring, you know? We're just shooting some low-level grunts, and we don't really know why, and if that's all the game was, I would not be interested in continuing. But I know for a fact you get powers and things pick up and get weirder, so that makes me interested to delve deeper, you know? Or like the Blair Witch I just played through, which you should go watch that if you like horror stuff. Like, that game is, you know, a short game, but it has a narrative focus, and it's got a pretty interesting concept to it. Yeah, go watch my Blair Witch playthroughs then, if you haven't already. The Blair Witch game was pretty spooky. It's probably one of my favorite movies, and the game did not disappoint, in my opinion. What is this? Mr. Governor, I called the police, but they never come to my house. I got a problem, and you gotta send the folk to fix it. I got my wife one of them singing fish on the walls. It's not a real fish. It sings when you hit a button, but it's got the devil in it. It flies around at night and sings devil songs. Says lots of cuss words. The devil got in my house because of the fish, and you gotta come handle it. My wife is real upset. When can you come? Sincerely, Dwayne Barr. You know those singing fish from like the early 90s? Or not early 90s, like late 90s, 2000s? He has an altered item that's one of those singing fish. That's hilarious. It cusses at him and flies around his room. That is pretty good. Just the thought of that cracks me up. So, like, games like Destiny don't really interest me that much because those games don't care about their story. And the bummer about Destiny is I think it has a pretty good story to it, but that's not what it's about. It's about grinding and getting loot. And I'm just not a grind loot type of guy. Don't care about that stuff very much. That's where me and Cubs differ quite a bit. He's much more into just the grind and the loot and all that in games. That's why he likes Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, because it's kind of that. Okay. Whoa! Did you see the top there? Look at this. It's like it just kind of endlessly goes up. Look at that. There's just papers falling through. That's cool. Yeah, story's my thing, and see, Cubs is too impatient for story. That's one thing where me and him grind about, and we kinda disagree on. He likes games for the gameplay aspect only, and doesn't really enjoy narrative-focused stuff.
We're on the right track.
Yeah, screw paywalls, and screw pay to win, and screw EA in particular for that.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes.
That's a live-action actor. That's cool.
This is not the disk, of course.
I think.
But one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, even launched a cup.
I like that guy. He seems to enjoy his job. Oh, life has been pretty straightforward otherwise. My brother Tad got back from his mission for our church, so I got to see him for the first time in 2 years a few weeks ago. So that's been nice to have him back for a little bit. But then he's going to school again next week, so he's going away again up to Idaho. And then my other brother Bo, oh hello, oh, that guy just got knocked out by a fire hydrant. Or no, that's a pneumatics core thing. Who's in there? Oh, that is... Okay. Oh. So my other brother Bo goes on his mission in a few months, or a few
Object
weeks.
of power.
He'll be gone for 2 years to Mexico.
We need to cleanse it.
Whoa. Oh, okay, so it's... Yeah, he's gonna be in a place called Saltillo, Mexico for 2 years. So from September of this year until September of 2021. Yeah, Mexico's beautiful, but it's also a country with a lot of issues, and so that's a concern. But yeah, besides all the, you know, that stuff. The good news is he's American and a missionary for our church, which is a well-known entity there, so criminal elements like cartels should not really care about my brother that much. If at all. Because Americans are, I would imagine, mostly off limits. Because otherwise you get Navy SEALs knocking on your door and kicking your ass. If they were to kill Americans, and then also they tend to be fairly religious down there, and so I'm sure going after anyone that claims to be a messenger from God is also taboo as well. So I'm not too concerned for my brother going there. I think he'll be fine. Okay, can't go in there, huh? Alright, let's try to kill I don't think I can. This is weird. Okay. I've been to Rocky Point, Mexico once, back in 2008. But then things escalated violently there for a while, so we haven't been back since 2008. Things have kind of calmed down there somewhat, I think, in some ways, but... yeah, it's been a while. Still remember the trip pretty well, though. It was cool to go. Oh, there's the object of power. Do I get telekinesis now? I think I do.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in the Bureau seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
I was 18 in 2008. Alright, so... cool. You got telekinesis now. Sweet. And so you can just pull chunks off the wall, which is really cool. Telekinesis. There's some old videos on here on my YouTube channel, Daniel, of me when I was like 24. I tried the Let's Play thing years ago. I just never did anything back then. And I was in a different state of mind back then. I had some issues, especially with, that's cool. I was taking like an antidepressant that wasn't really helping me. Oh man, look at that thing. What is that thing? It's so huge. It's called the board, whatever it is. Like a board of directors for the director. Alright, what am I supposed to do? Oh, I see it. I think I see. Weird. Yeah, if you go watch some of those videos, I think it'll be apparent that I'm different back then. I've become a lot more confident and stuff as I've gotten older. Well, I mean, it depends on the type you have, the type you get. Like, usually, I mean, I don't claim to really understand it, honestly. Like, but it has to do with serotonin reuptake and inhibitors and inhibiting certain receptacles in the brain and a lot of antidepressants are actually not super well understood. Like the psychology and like the people who develop that stuff, they know it works, but they don't exactly know how it's working, which is really weird. They just know that it works, like from researching it and like testing it. And so it's about like blocking serotonin and not really releasing dopamine, but like depression doesn't allow for you to have dopamine as much and other things that make you feel good. And if you have too much serotonin, that can be bad. So some depression meds are aimed at that sort of thing, like blocking serotonin receptors, I believe. Well, I wasn't that quiet when you first knew me. I mean, a couple months ago, I haven't changed that much from now. I don't feel like I was, at least. I'm talking years ago when I was more quiet and stuff. The hiss an antagonist is seeking our astral plane.
I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the hiss.
Telekinesis, baby. It's gonna be fun to use. Oh, hello. Wonder if I can grab them. I think I can. Just throw stuff at them. Yeah, get wrecked. Get conked out. I want to see if I can grab one of them with telekinesis. Oh, he just got knocked out. Nope. I can wreck them. You guys have kind of given me confidence, you know? Like, it's pretty cool that, you know, it's a small group of you, but you guys all come back. It means I'm doing something right, I feel like. And then now the goal is to find more people like you guys that seem to like my style of doing things. It kind of proves that, you know, I can, you know, that, like, I'm viable, you know? Because, you know, if you didn't like me at all, you wouldn't stay. You wouldn't have come back. No one would have, you know? So, knowing that, you know, as small as the audience is still right now, there's obviously people who are interested in what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and that's cool. And I always thought that was the case. It's just hard at first to gain a few new people to begin with, and I do have to thank Cubs for that, because he kind of pointed you guys here a little bit. And then, you know, that's pushed me onwards. Hello. Where are you running off to? Come here. Oh. This demolition expert. Oh, okay, there's different documents now here. Alright, I'm gonna go get a Coke real quick. Read this while I'm gone. And I'll read it when I'm back. These are about the enemies. Be right back. Coca-Cola. And my snake is currently poking her head out of her hidey hole. She has a really cool personality, though. She's super curious about things and not really, not aggressive at all. The Rangers are the Bureau's well-trained and well-armed expeditionary force. Their his corrupted counterparts are equally formidable. Prior to corruption, Rangers were trained to use a variety of weapons in order to face any threat found during AWE response or threshold exploration, including submachine guns, automatic rifles, and automatic shotguns. His Rangers utilize these weapons as well as the advanced tactics taught by Bureau instructors. Some are additionally outfitted with Bureau-made body armor. His Rangers have no observed supernatural abilities beyond some protected by shield dense hiss resonance, capable of stopping bullets. Considering the advanced training the Hiss Rangers are capable of applying in their situation, it's feasible to consider the human mind still retains intact to some degree, or is he able to tap into this combat training and utilize it. Further observation is required. Okay, this is weird. By order of me, director Jesse Faden, I ordered this summary. Oh no, she doesn't do that at all. She is super tame. She's really cool. The Bureau only allows certain highly trained individuals to handle volatile materials and weaponry. Our demolition experts are instructed in the use of explosives and dimensions with the distinct physical laws, making them important assets for engineering work as well as combat situations. His demolition experts only observed. His origin is wielding a special built rocket-propelled grenade that is designed to identify and track entities once fired, making them a threat. Oh, okay. I find it remarkable that the Hiss restrict usage of this weapon to the Bureau personnel who trained for its use. So the behavior cannot pass through. Okay, Hiss barrier. The Hiss resonance field is a physical impediment that is difficult to define. Hiss barriers appear as a way to impede escape or access by Bureau personnel. Does the structure made of Hiss qualify as conscious being? Does Hiss appearance or obvious transformation. Most notable distinction from affect humans is the fact they levitate. They say that absolutely no aggressive behavior. They only seem interested in vocalizing the strange incantation ad infinitum. Perhaps these vessels are only meant to propagate the Hiss corruption like spores or Wi-Fi boosters. Or are they cocoons preparing to enter their next stage of evolution? When attacked, his agents disappear, perhaps entering a state of invisibility or undergoing a transformation to a purely resonant form. I mean, snakes aren't really trained. The guy who was director before us. the reptiles typically are hard-coded to kind of be a certain way, so they don't really change personality-wise. You kind of get the behavior of one you get. Now I don't know who that is. Okay, this is the letter we've already read, I think. Wait, what? Oh, that's just their telekinesis ability. Okay. Oh, okay, this is open now. This was not open before. Oh, we need to kind of go this way, don't we?
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
National decides to begin publishing the story of the polar bear attack on the Alaskan town. You all know I don't like to boast, but claiming that the family was killed by migrating polar bears, desperate for food because their ecosystem being ruined by global warming, was a stroke of genius. Using current ecological concerns makes the public so less likely to blank. So another AWE behind us and the public is none the wiser. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. This doesn't mean we can't stop monitoring blank blank blank. For any offensive opinions, it looks like we're in the clear. Tomasi out. Huh. What? Well, one thing that I'm prepared for and going into this is you guys are cool. My core group of guys that, you know, have stuck with me. You guys are cool, and you guys always will be, but people in general are jackasses. And, you know, people will abandon people in the blink of an eye, you know, like, if I become something more than just a small channel, if I gain hundreds of thousands of subscribers eventually, a grand majority of those people are not going to care at all about me. And if I don't produce what they want, they'll leave. And you know what? Okay, whatever, screw them. You know, like, I'm not the type of guy who's ever going to bend and dance to the masses. And hopefully this guy you're talking about knows that and doesn't care about the subs. And, you know, he'll come back and regain followers, but you know, like, and honestly, like, that's something that Cubs kind of cares too much about. Like, he gets too worried about that kind of thing, and I tell him, like, dude, you can't, like, jeez, that was quite the rant right there. Sorry, I got distracted by that yelling. Quite the stash. One of these voices was actually in the subtitles. It said their name was Tomasi talking, and Tomasi is the name of the guy in that report about them making the campaign about the polar bear attack, which is something interesting. But yeah, hopefully the guy you watch... Hey Ray, welcome back, man. Hopefully that guy you're talking about, David, or Daniel, sorry, well, oh, clearance key.
This must open the door.
Oh, that was... Ooh. Oh. Ew. That face. Ooh. Okay. Oh, hey. Claim control point. Yeah, I'll claim it. Well, that's nice that he'll subscribe. Does he like watching this stuff? Well, women's restroom. Let's go in here. Nothing ever weird happened in the women's restroom, right? Except for the fact that there doesn't seem to be one in here. Or I can't see anything in here, at least. I'll be at 81 subs then. That's cool. But yeah, Daniel, I hope that guy's okay. That's all. That would worry me if, like, someone I watched suddenly stopped posting. Like, I'd be worried, you know? I wouldn't have subscribed from them. I'd be concerned. You know? Like if Markiplier stopped posting, or a guy named John Wolf I follow stopped posting stuff, I'd be just really concerned. I wouldn't just quit subscribing to them. That's just nonsense. People that are like that just can go screw themselves.
They can fly now. Great.
Tomasi! This is the guy I was talking about. He's the one that's ranting, I think. Okay, I'm smacking him. Where is it? Ow. Oh, hello. Ooh, get wrecked. Okay, where? Ow. I need more health. How can I get some more health? I think more enemies have to show up or something. Oh, there's a regular enemy somewhere. Where? Oh, they're up there. Let's go this way. Okay, oh no, don't hit me. What joke did he make? Like, I'm the type of guy who doesn't really say offensive things, honestly. Like, I really don't. Like, I'm just not the type of guy to, like, do that kind of thing. Did he make, like, a racist joke or something?
They can fly now. Great.
Like, I'll never hold my opinion back on something, but I tend to have pretty inoffensive things to say about subjects. Yeah, you don't do that. You don't make fun of other people. So, I can kind of understand people leaving over that. But if they're leaving because he stopped posting after a week, then screw that in particular. That's just stupid. Talk about a low attention span. But, like, you know, things like what Pewds did, like where he, like, said the N-word. You just don't do that sort of thing. You gotta have more of a filter than that. One thing that gave me confidence to do this, though, is I know for a fact I'm not gonna say or do really dumb things like a lot of people have done that are way more successful than me. So, I'm gonna avoid those kind of pitfalls just by not being a supreme dum-dum. I'm gonna die again, because, man, this game is kind of hard. Because you don't just get health back You know, there's no regen health or anything like that. You have to be kind of near enemies to gain health. Ow. No, not there, not there, no! That does suck. That'd be like if Markiplier just stopped posting stuff for me. Except I've been following him for like 6 years. And I've even seen him live. He came here as part of a, it happened to, or he came here on like a live tour once, so I got to see Markiplier in person, which was cool. I didn't get to meet him, unfortunately, but he was like 200 feet away from me, which is pretty wild.
Great.
He helped, for sure. He's the exact style of channel I like, because he plays just anything and everything and has fun while he does it, you know, and talks to his fans. I'm better about live stream talking to people, like, you know, what I'm doing with you guys. Like, straight up Let's Plays. Like, he's a master at that. Like, talking to people as if they're there with him while he's doing a Let's Play. I tend to focus too hard on a game and get way too focused in on it when I'm not live streaming, and so I'm not very good at, like, straight on just Let's Plays. I could probably get better at it, but I'm way better at interacting and talking when I'm actually have a live audience. I find it a bit weird to talk to myself when I know there's no one around. But Markiplier is probably the first big guy I watched on YouTube consistently. I was kind of his, like, caught up in his wave of people who found him during the heyday of Five Nights at Freddy's, because that's where he got a major boost, was from that game. Like, one of his Five Nights at Freddy's videos has like 100 million views or something stupid like that. So that's kind of what got him on the map. I mean, he was already fairly big by that time, but that's where he gained millions of subs, was from the Five Nights at Freddy's. That's what's funny, is a lot of the main YouTubers that do everything now, they actually all started on horror games, a lot of them. PewDiePie did. Markiplier was mostly horror when it first started, and they've diversified since, but like, you know, they don't stay, of course, because that's more of a niche field. Horror is probably one of my favorite genres of games, though. I'll always play fresh new horror games when they're out.
Fly now. Great.
What did I start with? I mean, one of my first, I was mostly horror. If you go look at my old playlists, it was Soma, it was Alien Isolation, the Five Nights at Freddy's games as well. I'm a big horror fan. I mean, this game is kind of horror-ish. I mean, this freaking enemy is pretty weird looking. It's more of an action horror, though. This game kind of reminds me of Dead Space in some ways, that way. Even the ability, like telekinesis, is in Dead Space. Not like through a supernatural means, through a science means, but... although in this it could be science-based, I don't know. But I play everything, you know, like I'm just a gamer in general. You guys have seen me play bits of everything, and that's the thing. That's one thing that, I mean, Cubs will tell you if you ask him. That's one thing he kind of regrets, is he having too much of his audience too focused in on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, because he doesn't want to do that game solely forever, you know? He would like to break out into more generalist games, but it's kind of hard for him because he has an audience that's focused in on that game. And I'm never going to be focused in on a game. That's just not how I operate. I'm not good with playing the same thing over and over again. I get bored. I need new stuff. So, and I think that's how Markiplier is too. He doesn't play the same games over and over. He plays tons of stuff. You know, he's very varied. That's kind of what I'm going to model my channel around, is being varied, you know. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die again. I can't see. There we go. Okay. We almost got him. We almost have him. So close. Okay, got him. Sort of. Maybe. Oh, cool. Look at all those pneumatic pipes.
I have a feeling he'll be back.
Oh, I never quit YouTube.
Let's
Mixer is
focus.
just for streaming. It's
The
not a
hotline
video
should be
platform.
past the mailroom.
I just like it for its low latency. You just haven't been on it yet. You don't know. Like it's really crazy how real time it is. Oh, you mean quit then? Well, I did kind of quit for years, actually. I mean, it was pretty dormant for a long time. Then I saw my brother-in-law get success, you know, and he gave me a little boost and decided to try again. I'm like, if that dingus can do it, so can I. No. Cubs has a very strong personality, so I can see why people like watching him.
Alright, take this down. The
Tomasi,
situation
this
in
guy we
Cuba
fought.
has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds an alternate item would show up inside a U.S. embassy? Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this?
Which videos have the lower views? Because I know the 2001. The 2001 is the Doom 3 video. The Doom 3 door monster video, which was posted on a silly whim. And then the Skinwalker video I posted end of last year has gained a lot of videos. Like, those two videos still gain views every week. And I don't know why YouTube serves those videos up so much. It's so weird. Oh, the bombing run? That's funny. That's weird too. Like, I don't know how that stuff works sometimes, because like I made like some of those videos are like zero effort videos, you know, like that Doom 3 door monster one. I don't know why I posted it, and it gained a ton of views. The Skinwalker video was cool, so I was like, oh, I'll post that too. Why not? Oh yeah, the Cthulhu Guide video. That's for Evolve when it was still a game. I liked that game a lot. I was in the minority though, and I made 2 guides for that game on Steam, and that's probably where those views came from. All right.
The history.